Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So I think so today less number of people are joining because of there's some exam, right? Okay, we'll start the session at 4:05. Okay, let's wait till then. Okay, we'll wait for the last 3 minutes. I think so. Should we start? That's it, I guess. Uh, okay, so in today's session, we would be making an activity, and that activity is we would be making a car game. Okay, so let's begin with our session. I'll just share my screen with you. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. We are able
Yeah.
to see you.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's click on create and let's start with the session. So in this session, we are creating a game, okay, and that is a car game. So I'll first delete this cat sprite here. Okay, now I need a backdrop for my game. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just go to a backdrop here and I'll paint a backdrop. Okay, now for the car game, what exactly I want is I want to create a road here because I want a car and I want some obstacles in my game. Okay, so for that first I need to create a backdrop just like a road backdrop. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just first click on convert. Okay, now in the vector mode, I'll draw a backdrop. Okay, so first I'll give a green color to my backdrop. Okay, so I'll go to this bucket here. I'll click on bucket. Then in the fill section, I'll select a green color. Okay, now I can just take which like if I want a dark green, I can take the dark green or a light green, depending on whichever you want. Okay, so let's take this green color now. Okay, I'll just fill this green color here. Now I want to make road. So how will I do that? I'll just take a square here. I'll just click on the square here. I'll just click on square and I want an outline. Okay, so I'll just click on outline and let's increase the thickness for our square. So I'll just make it to 12. Okay, and the color I want is black. So I'll just bring the brightness to 0 and I have a black color. Okay, now here I'll just take the cursor and draw a square here. Okay, now if you want, you could also decrease the size of the square. Let's make it a bit smaller. Guys, please be on mute. Okay, thank you. So this is it. Now let's color the square. I'll just use the paint bucket again and choose this black color and fill it with black color. Okay. Now to make it more like look like a road, I'll take this line symbol here. I'll click on line here. Okay. Then increase the size of my line. Okay, from here and color, I'll take white color. So I'll bring brightness to 100 and saturation to 0. So I have a white color here and I'll make a line here in middle inside this square. Okay, I'll just make a line here. In this way, I'll just make random lines. Okay, so it looks like a road here. Okay, now I'll make exactly same. I'll make one more backdrop here. I'll just delete this blank backdrop. Okay, and I'll name this backdrop from here. See, costume backdrop 2 is written. I'll name it road 1. Okay, I'll name it to road 1. Now I need one more backdrop, so I'll create one more. What I could do is click on this backdrop, choose the backdrop again, and again I'll click on paint. So I need one more road. Okay, so again I'll do the same thing. Click on convert to bitmap. So I'm in vector mode now. Click on this paint bucket. Now from this fill color, take a green color. Okay, but in this case, what will happen is I won't get the exact same color that I got in the road 1. Okay, so in that situation, what you could do is click on this road 1, right click on this road 1 and click on duplicate. Okay, so I have the exact same road here. Okay, I'll just delete this one. Now this new duplicate one, what I'll do is I'll just make some changes in this one. I'll just change this white lines here so that it looks a bit different than the previous one. So I'll again click on line 1, choose a white color. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just change a bit of road here. So let's say make it a bit bigger from here. Okay, and then maybe take an eraser and erase this part from here. And then what I could do is take a black color, go to bucket, take a black color again, and fill this black color here. Okay, so both the roads are a bit different. Okay, and I could name this road 1 2. I could just name it to road 2. So we have road 1 and we have road 2. Okay, I'll go to code now. So what exactly I want is, I want this two backdrops to be changing continuously. Okay, so how to do that? I'll go to events. When green flag is clicked, okay, what I want, forever I want the backdrops to be switched between road 1 and road 2. Okay, so that it looks more appealing that the road is continuously moving. Okay, so I'll go to control here. I'll take this forever block, place it below the when green flag is clicked. Then I'll go to looks. Okay, and from looks, we could select this switch backdrop to road 2. Okay, let's first select road 1. Okay, so first what will happen? The backdrop would be road 1. Okay, then we want road 2 backdrop to appear. Okay, so we will use, let's go to control block. Let's use this wait block. We'll put this wait block here. Okay, and let's say wait for 3 seconds. Okay, and then again we'll go to looks, and then we'll use this switch backdrop, place it below here, and then switch backdrop to road 2. So forever what will happen, the backgrounds would be switched between road 1 and road 2 with a gap of 3 seconds. Okay, now what I want, this is a car game, so obviously we need a car sprite, right? So I'll go to sprites here on the right hand part and click on choose a sprite. Now let's see, do we have a car here? I'll search for a car. So we have different car options. You could choose any one that you want. So let's choose this one. Okay, or we could also choose a purple one. I'll just delete this one. Let's choose this one. Yeah. So I'll just choose this car. Now this car looks quite big, right? In that stage area. Like according to the road, the car is quite big in size. So from the size section here, let's decrease the size of the car. Let's make it 40. Okay, 40 is too small. Let's make it 50. Yeah, 50 looks good. Okay. Okay, so 50 is the size of the car. Now let's give a code to the car. Okay. So what we want, when we click on green flag in the events, when we click on green flag, we want the car to show. So from the looks, what I'll do, choose this show block. Now I also want to give an initial position to my car from where the car should start in the game. Okay. So see, when I hold my car and place it anywhere on the stage area, this coordinates change. See here the coordinates are written, right? X coordinate and Y. X is the X is the horizontal line and Y is the vertical line. Okay, so the X and Y coordinates keeps on changing whenever I am moving the car anywhere on the stage area. Can you see this? Right now the X coordinate is -105 and Y is -46. If I move it here, it would change to -124 and 42. Okay, so let's say I want my car to start from this position at the beginning of the game. Okay, so I'll just place my car here and then I'll go to motion. Okay, and take this block, go to X block. So automatically the coordinates, see the coordinates that are here right now, -185, 34, the same coordinates would appear here in my go to X block. So I'll just drag and drop this block here. Okay, so this is the starting position for my car. Now what I want to control, I want to give controls to my car. Whenever we are playing a game, we control it with arrow keys or with a joystick or anything, right? So let's give some controls to our car. So for that, I'll just go to control block. I'll use this forever block, place it here. Okay, now how can I give control to my car? See, in the sensing, we have options like when space key is pressed, right? So I want my car to move left and right, up and down. Okay, so how to do that? I'll go to control first, use if statement, place it inside the forever block. Then I'll go to sensing, and from the sensing, when this, I'll use this block, when key space pressed, and place it inside if statement. Okay, and when I drop down this space, we have different options: up arrow, down arrow, left and right. Okay, so I want to code for all the 4 arrows. Okay, so let's code for up arrow first. Okay, so when up arrow is pressed, what we want our direction to change. So what is the up arrow? Up is the Y direction, right? And Y being up is like upper side is positive and the downward side is negative. And same for the X. X is what? Horizontal. the right side is positive and the y side, the left side is negative. Okay, so for up arrow up arrow is pressed, what is happening? The y direction is changing. So I'll go to motion here, and from the motion, I'll select this block, change y by. Okay, because in the up direction, what is changing? Y value is changing, y axis value. And now instead of 10, you could write any value. So let's say I'll write 5. Now up arrow is positive, that's why positive 5. Clear? Now in the same way, we'll code for the down arrow, right arrow, and left arrow as well. So again, I'll go to control, take this if block, place it below the previous if. Again, I'll go to sensing and use this key space pressed and place it inside the if block. Now instead of space, the second thing is down arrow. Okay, and in the down arrow, what is changing? The y value is changing, but in the negative y value, right? So again, I'll go to motions, and from motion, I'll select change y by and place it here. Okay, so this time instead of 5, it would be what? -5, because downward y is what? Negative. Clear? Now we need to code for right arrow and left arrow. In the same way we did for the up and down, I'll again go to control, take the if block, place it below the previous if, go to sensing, and then again this block. And now instead of down arrow, what we want? We want right arrow. Okay, so right is what? Horizontal axis. Horizontal is for x axis, right? So again, I'll go to motion. Now this time instead of change y, I want to change x. So I'll place this x here. Now here what? Right arrow is pressed. So right arrow is what? Positive x-axis. So I'll write 5. That's it. Okay. Now again, I'll go to control, take an if block, place it here. Again, go to sensing, take this block. Where is it? Key space pressed. Place it here. Now instead of now what is left? Left arrow. So I'll just select the left arrow. Go to motions again, and then I'll take change x by. Now this time what is changing? Negative value of x is changing. So -5. Clear? Now let's click on green flag and let's see what's happening. See, if I move, right now I'm moving my right arrow. So my car is moving. If I am pressing the left arrow, my car is moving backward. If I am pressing the up arrow, it's moving up. And if I am pressing down arrow, it's moving down. Okay. And if I change the value from make it 10, so it will move a bit faster. Okay, so see, if I press it like this up arrow, it's moving quite faster. So that's why I think so 5 is okay, or even below 5 would be fine. So we have given control to our car. Okay, now we also need some obstacles in the game, like otherwise how will the game work, right? We need some obstacles. So for that, what I'll do is I'll select some sprites. So I'll go to here, choose a sprite, and let's select some obstacles for our car. So let's take this Frank. See, Frank has many costumes here. So let's take this Frank. Okay, now the Frank is very big for our stage. Let's decrease the size of Frank to 30. Okay, 30 is okay. Okay, and let's take one more obstacle for our car. Again, choose a sprite. And then in this one, let's take, you could take any sprites, not necessarily Frank, any sprites that you like. Hmm. Do we have any great sprite? Okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah, let's take this one. Okay, now this is also very big. Let's decrease the size of this one as well. Let's make it 30. No, 30 is too small for him. Let's make him 40 or maybe 50. 40 is also way too small. 50. Okay, great. So these are the two obstacles. Okay. So now let's give code to these obstacles. Now what exactly I want is when the car touches these obstacles, like if the car is continuous, we are moving our car continuously, controlling with the arrow keys. And if by default the car touches these two sprites, Frank and Casey, I want the game to get over. Okay, so this is what basically we are creating in this game. Okay, now let's first code for Frank. Okay, so how to do that? let's first set an initial value. Let's say I want my frank to start from this position. So I'll place it here. Now I have the coordinates of this position. Okay. So I'll go to events block. When green flag is clicked, okay, what I want frank to show. So I'll go to looks. I'll use the show block and place it here. Okay. Now I want to give an initial position to frank. So for that, what I'll do, I'll go to motions and use this block, go to X. So already the position, the coordinates for X and Y are set to the same coordinate where I have placed frank right now. Okay. Now the next thing that I want is I want the frank to continuously move. Like I want the frank to move like this continuously. Okay. So how to do that? There is a block called glide block. See this glide 1 second too. So what does glide block do is the frank will continuously move like this in the game. When the green flag is clicked, it will continuously move from left to right. Okay. Now how to do that? For that, we'll go to control block and use this forever block and place it here. Okay. Now to glide it, let's go to first motion here. Okay. This is motion, and now look at this glide block. Glide 1 second to X coordinate and Y coordinate. Now if I'm holding this frank and then I'm moving this till this end position here. Okay, now see the glide 1 second, the X coordinate has changed and the Y coordinate has changed. Okay, so now I'll use this glide block and place it here. Okay, so that means what the frank is starting from this position X 69 and Y 48, and then it will glide. It will take 1 second and then glide to what position? Minus 207 and Y 72. Okay. Now see, go to costumes and see Frank has different costumes here, right? So I'll go to code. So whenever the Frank will glide, I want the next thing the Frank should do is I'll go to looks and I'll choose this next costume. I want Frank to change the costume. Okay. So now Frank is gliding till here. Now I want Frank to reappear from the right hand side, from here, right hand part. Okay. How to do that? I'll again drag and drop Frank and place it here. Now I have the coordinate for this position. So I'll go to motions again and I'll use the block set x2 and place it below here. Okay, so this is the position, new position of uh, Frank. Okay, so let's click on green flag and let's see. See, can you see what is the meaning of glide and what is happening? But the Frank is moving quite fast, right? So I'll just decrease the seconds here. Instead of 1, let's make it stop. Let's make the second 5 so that the Frank is moving quite slow, a bit slower. Let's click on green flag. So this is the speed of Frank. See, it will go and now reappear from here. And the costume is changing as well. Every time, whenever the Frank will reappear from the right hand part, the costume is changing. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing for Casey. So I'll click on Casey here. Now to do the same thing for Casey, what I'll do, I'll go to events. When green flag is clicked, then I'll go to motions. I'll go to, sorry, looks, and then I'll use the show block and place it here. Okay, now we have to give an initial position for Casey. So let's say the Casey needs to start from here. Okay, then I'll go to motion and use the block, go to X and this. Okay, the next thing what we want to do is we want Casey to glide as well in the same way Frank is gliding. So I'll go to control block, forever block. Okay, now to make him glide, what I'll do, I'll just hold Casey and place it here. Okay, now I'll go to motions and then I'll use the block glide 1 second to this. So I already have the coordinates of this position where Casey is right now, which is minus 205 and minus 68. Okay, now instead of 1, I'll just slow down it a bit and make it 5. Okay, now I'll go to costumes. See, Casey also has 4 different costumes. So I'll go to code again. I'll go to looks and use the block next costume and place it here. Okay, now again I want Casey to reappear from the right hand part. So I'll just take Casey, place it here. Okay, and from the motion block, I'll use set x2. So X is 208. 208 what? This position where Casey is right now. Okay, now let's click on green flag. So see, both of them are gliding now. Okay, now if I try to move my car, see, I'm moving my car. But right now, what is happening? The car is even crossing Casey and Frank. Nothing else is happening. Okay, so let's give some code for that. Okay, so what we want? I want ki when my car touches Casey and Stacey, the game should get over. Okay, the car should crash. Now what to do? How to do that thing? I'll just click on car again, cars right here. Okay, now there is this block. See, my block. In the block palette, we have a block palette called my blocks. So what is my block basically? Like this blocks, motion, looks, sound, events. These blocks are already made by the programmer side, and every block has some meaning. But if we want to create our own block in this game, we could do that. We could just click on my block and click on make a block. Okay, so so this is my block. I can just make him do anything that I want. Okay, so I'll just click on make a block. Now I'll name my block, and my block name is crash. When the car crashes, this is exactly like what my block will do. Okay, I'll just give it a name crash and click on okay. Now see, when I did it, I just got a defined crash block here, automatically appeared. Okay, now this make a block is just for this particular car sprite. Okay, it's not for Frank or Casey. It's just for our car because I have made this block just for this car. So whenever you're making a block in the make boys in my block section, that block particularly just is defined in that particular sprite only, not in the other sprites of the program. Okay, so define crash. So what is crash? When my car hits Casey or Frank, I want something to happen. So we have to code for that. Okay, how to do that? It's saying define crash. So what exactly I want with crash? I want the game to get over. Okay, so for that, how will the other sprites know that the game has got over? By broadcasting a message, right? So I'll go to events. I'll just use this broadcast message, place it down here. Instead of message one, I'll write a new message and the message name is game over. Okay. So when this message is broadcasted, I want everything to hide, like the car, the Frank and Stacey sprites, and even the road, I want them to hide. So what I'll do is I'll go to looks here. I'll use the hide block and place it here. Okay. Now, how will the game know that, how will the car or the entire program know that the car has touched Frank and Casey? Okay, we need to code for that as well. So how to do that? See, in the sensing, we have block like touching mouse pointer, touching color and all. Okay, so we'll make use of this block. So for that, I'll go to control first, use this if block and place it down here. Okay, and this entire thing is just happening in the car sprite. Okay, this block. Now I'll just go to sensing and use this touching mouse pointer and place it inside this if block. Now when I drop down, click on here, there is edge, there is Frank and there is Casey written. So what we want, we'll just select Frank first. So if touching Frank, we want something to happen, right? If the car is touching Frank, what we want the car to crash. Okay, so I'll go to my block and see the crash block has already been created for us. So I'll just take this crash and place it down here. Okay, now the same thing I want to happen with Casey as well. So what I'll do is I'll again go to control, use an if block, place it here. Okay, then again I'll go to sensing, use the touching block here, place it inside the if condition, and this time if touching Casey. Okay, and again I'll go to my blocks, use the crash block, then I'll just place the crash here. Okay, now I also want one more thing. If the car touches this green color, see this green color, I also want this time also I want the car to crash and the game to get over. Now how to do that thing? I'll go to controls again, use an if statement, place it here. Okay, again I'll go to sensing. Now this time instead of touching mouse pointer, I'll use this touching color. Okay, and place it inside here. Okay, now when I click on this color, so there are different colors, right? And how exactly will I get this green color? Because there are even in green palette there are different greens, right? So no matter how much I try to select it, I won't get the exact green. So for that, what I'll do is click on this green color, click on this, see this pen drop, click on here. Now I'll just bring my arrow to here, green. See this, and I'll just click on this green color. So I have the exact green like this green already selected automatically here. Clear? So when the car is touching this particular green color, again, what I want the game to be crashed. Okay. So I'll just go to my blocks, take this crash block and place it down here. Okay, clear? Now, what is crash? Because the Scratch program doesn't know what is crash. We are defining what is crash, right? So when define crash, broadcast game over, and then the car will hide. Okay. Then what we want everything to hide, right? So we'll go to again, we'll go to Frank. Click on Frank here. Okay. Click on Frank and then go to events. And when I receive game over, okay, when the Frank receives game over, we want Frank to hide as well. So I'll just take the hide block and place it down here. The same thing for Casey. Click on Casey, go to events. When I receive game over, I'll go to looks and use the hide block and place it here. Okay, but everything would hide, right? The car is hiding, Casey and Frank, everything is hiding. Okay, but we want it is getting crashed. So what will come on the screen? We'll create a backdrop for that. Okay, we'll create a backdrop called game over. So when everything hides, a game over backdrop would appear. Okay, so we'll go to backdrops here again. Okay, let's go to backdrop and then click on paint. Okay, now let's make one more backdrop saying game over. Okay, so let's choose some color first from this palette. Let's choose a color. Let's choose a red color. Okay, now here we'll write what? Use a text block, click on text. Okay, and let's take a black color. Let's write game over. Okay, and now let's make it big. Okay, now let's go back to code again. So this game over screen should appear when the car has crashed with Frank or Casey or the green side. Okay, so now let's make it up. So I'll go to backdrops. We are already on the backdrop right now. Okay, now let's code. Now when the backdrop receives this message game over, I'll go to events, and when I receive game over, okay, that time what I want the backdrop to switch. See, in the backdrops we have three backdrops, the road. Okay, but when I receive the game over, I want backdrop to be switched. So how to do that? I'll go to looks and use this switch backdrop to. Okay, and place it here. Now from this drop down, I'll use which backdrop? Let's go to backdrop first. And this, okay, we haven't renamed it. Let's click on this here and let's rename it to game over so that we won't get confused. Okay, let's go back to code again and switch backdrop to. When I drop down, we have road 1, road 2, game over, next backdrop, previous backdrop, random backdrop. Okay, but we want what? We want the game over backdrop to appear. Okay, and then we want all the game, the entire game to stop. Okay, we don't want anything to be running then. So I'll go to control here, and from the control there is a stop all option. So when I select this stop all the scripts that we have used in this entire game, for the car, for the Frank, for Casey, for the backdrop, all the scripts would be stopped. Okay, now let's click on the green flag here and let's see. So see, if I'm not touching it, I'm just controlling my car with the arrow keys. Okay, so nothing is happening right now. But if I touch, let's say if my car touches this, what is happening? All the scripts are stopping and then the backdrop is switching to game over. Okay, now this is a game, right? And we also want to keep some scores. We also want to keep some points here. So how to do that? In the last session we made a variable, right? So for that also, even in this session, if you want to keep scoring, we'll make a variable. So I'll go to variable, click on make a variable, and let's name it score. Okay, so this is the thing. Now I'll go to Frank here. Now, whenever the Frank is gliding, okay. So what I want the next time when the Frank appears from the right hand part again, I want the score to increase. Okay. So I'll use this block change, place it down here. Instead of my variable, I'll select what score. So score, and every time the Frank reappears on the right hand part, I want the score to change by, let's say, 5. Okay. The same thing I'll do for Casey. I'll click on Casey. Then I'll take this block change, place it here. Instead of my variable, I'll choose score and then change by 5. Okay. Now let's click on green flag. The score is 0 right now. Okay. See, now the score got 10 because both of them appeared. Okay. Now if my car is touching this green part, again, what is happening? The game is getting overed. Okay. So this is the game. If you want to add more elements to this game, what you could do is you could also add more, maybe, for example, let's add some trees here. You could also add some trees. You could just take this tree, maybe add it somewhere here, decrease the size of tree, make it to 20. 20 is too small, make it 40. Okay, so you could also add some elements here to make it more visually appealing. Now, if you want multiple trees here, what you could do, just click on this tree sprite, right click here and click on duplicate. So we have multiple sprites. In the same way, you could just duplicate n number of times. Again, click on this sprite, right click here. What is happening? Right click and duplicate. So we have duplicate trees here. Okay. In the same way, you could duplicate any sprites and you could just place it here. Let's take one more tree. Click on duplicate and let's place it here. Okay. Now you could add multiple elements to your game in the same way. Okay. So tell me, do you have any doubts here? Is the activity clear to everyone? Please drop in your doubts in the chat section. Uh, which step do you want me to repeat? Someone is asking me, can you repeat that step? Which step, ma'am? How to match the green color? Okay, okay, I'll just tell you again. So see, to match the green color, we have to use this block. From the sensing block, we have to use this touching color block, okay? This touching color block, which I have used here in the if statement. So I'll click on this green color, okay? Now I'll use this pen. See, there's a pen here where my arrow is right now. I'll click on this here. Now I'll just take my arrow here and see here, the round. Right now it's on green color. If I bring it here, it will select black color. If I bring on the car, it will select purple color. Okay. And if I bring on Casey here, it will select that. So, okay, whichever color I want, I'll select it from this pen here. Click on pen, bring your cursor in this stage area and select whichever color you want. Right now it will select this tree color. If I bring here, it will select this color of Frank. If I bring it here, it will select green. If I bring it here, black. If I bring it here, it will select white. Okay, if I bring it on the car, it will select this purple color. Okay, is it clear how to select the color? Okay, great. Any other doubts other than this? Now, if you want, you could also add sound. Like if the car is crashing with Frank and Casey, you could also add the sound. Now, how to do that? You can just go to here. If touching Frank, then it's getting crashed. Okay. So what we can do is in the sounds, I can use this play sound. Okay, and then place this play sound above crash. Okay, not, or you can also place it below crash. Okay, and just place it here. And then instead of pop, how to select sound? Go to sounds. Just click on sound and choose any sound. Let's see, do we have a crash sound here? Yeah, we have a crash beat. So you can select any sound. And then from this play sound drop down, select this. So when the car is getting crashed with Frank, it will play a sound. Okay, you could add same sound for Casey as well if you want. So any other doubts? This is the game. This is the entire game. And in this game, we have like created a new block. So when you're done with this session, try making your own block and let's see how does it go. Do any one of you have any other doubts? No doubts? Is the activity clear to everyone? Can we also include? Yes, yes, you can include sound in the crash block, Lena. I just added it right now. See here, see here in this if touching Frank, then after crash, you could add a sound here. Okay. Or you could also, yeah, you could add it. And if you could also add this same block, play sound block with Casey and touching color as well. The same thing, just take this play sound here, place it below crash for Casey as well. And same thing again, take this play sound and place it below this touching color. So whenever the car is touching this Frank, Casey, or this green color, this crash beatbox sound would play. Okay. Any other doubts? How do flip a sprite mean? Shobhi ji, what exactly do you mean? Flip a sprite means what? Like, what exactly do you want the sprite to do? To like roll? Oh, how to flip a sprite? Like, what exactly do you want the sprite to do? To flip a sprite, you could just use this turn 15 degrees or turn this one. See this. If you use this, let's use this block. Let's go to Frank. Okay. And let's use this block. Mm, let's say go to events. Okay. And then let's do a different thing. When space key is pressed. Okay. So when I press space key, I want Frank to do what? Let's go to control. Let's go to forever. I'll use a forever loop. And in the motions, I'll use this block, turn this, okay? And let's say turn 15 degrees or something, okay? Now let's click on green flag. Now when I press space key, see what is happening? Frank is rotating, flipping around, okay? So is this the thing that you wanted to know? Is your doubt clear? Uh, yeah, so in this way you could just flip a sprite. Okay, and Lathi, okay, today, okay, yes, you can show how to make. Okay, you want to know yesterday's session how to use text to speech, right? So to use text to speech, you will have to just go to here from the left hand part, click on this extension here. See on the left hand, extreme left and just downwards here. Click on this here and then just use text to speech. Click on this text to speech. So automatically in the block palettes, we have this text to speech. Now in the text to speech, we have three options: speak, set voice to, and set language. Okay. So when we use the speak,
Hello.
when we use this speak block, what happens? The robot or the machine speaks something. And from the set voice, we could just give a voice to that robot. And from the language, we could just set any language. If you want Danish, Germany, French, German, Hindi, any language that you could select here. Okay, is it clear? Do you want me to show the last activity as well? Is it clear to you how to use text to speech? What do you want me to exactly do? Do you want me to show the last activity? You could unmute yourself so that I know exactly what is your doubt.
Can you just show one question, like asking the question, what is your name? Okay, just one.
Okay, okay. I'll just do that. Okay, just give me a moment. Yeah. So what I'll do is just wait. I'll show the last activity once. I'll just add it here itself. I'll just go to car. Okay, and what I'll do is when green flag is clicked, I'll just press this speak button below show. Okay, and let's say get started here. Okay, now see if I click on green flag.
Get started.
Okay, is it clear? Now I could also set a voice here if I want. Just set this voice here. Now instead of this, let's take giant voice. Click on green flag.
Get started.
Okay. No. I'll just set the voice before.
Get started.
Okay. Is it clear the use of this text to speech? Okay, great. Okay, what else? How to give sound to the moving car. Okay. Can we make the car to start from the right end? Yes, you can make the car to start from right hand. What you could do is, see, here instead of this position, the initial position is go X, this and this. Okay. So for that, what I'll do is, I'll just take the car here. Okay, but first I have to reverse the car. Okay, so I'll go to costumes. Okay, in the costume section, what we'll do is, let's convert it to vector. Okay, let's convert it to vector. Let's select the car. Let's here see. When I click on this arrow, we have option called flip horizontal. Okay, let's flip the car. Okay, we have flipped the car. Now I'll go to code again. Okay, I'll go to code again, and then this time I'll just remove this block first. Okay, and then I'll go to looks. I'll go to motion, and I'll use this go to this block. Okay, then press it here. Now let's
Get started.
see. Now I can move my car from the right hand part. Okay, is this clear? Your doubt is clear? Shobiji, is your doubt clear? Like how to get the car start from right hand? Okay, now and then someone is asking how to give sound to the moving car. Okay, you could give the sound to the moving car. So what you could do for that is, in the forever block itself, or before forever block, you could just go to sound and use the start sound. Don't use the block play sound until done. Use the start sound, place it here. Okay, and let's choose a sound. Go to sound here, and let's choose a sound. Mm, animals. Okay, voice. Baki. Let's take a sound. Okay, go back to here code. Now from the start sound drop down, let's select this sound. Now if I click on green flag,
Get started.
sound will automatically play. Okay, till the time the game is not over, this sound will automatically get played. Okay, is it clear how to give sound? Okay, next question. Okay, someone wants to see the yesterday's activity. Okay, I'll just show you the yesterday's activity and you can ask me the doubt. Okay, I'll just save this one first. Okay, and I'll just share it with you. Okay, I'll just show you the last yesterday's activity now. Okay, so what is the doubt in this activity? Someone wanted to see this activity. Can you ask what is the doubt?
Ma'am, just missed the class yesterday, so just for seeing.
Okay. I'll just yeah. So what exactly this is doing is, this is we have made a Giga robot here on. Okay, so when we click on green flag, okay, when I click on green flag, okay, so what exactly is happening is, I have two options here. I have two buttons. I am sick and start button. So when I click on start,
Hello. What's your name? My name is Giga.
okay, so now Giga is asking me what's my name. So in this here, I can just write my name. Okay, press enter.
Hello Radhika, nice to meet you. When is your birthday?
Okay, so I have to give my birthday. First, I have to give my month. I'll give 08. Then my date.
Okay. Your name is Radhika. Your birthday is 0815.
Okay, this thing. And the next thing is, let's click on green flag again. If I click on my sig button,
Oh dear, rest while I play some music. Radhika.
okay, so Giga will play some music. In this thing, what we could do is just set this voice, just use the set block above. So the voice is set before, okay? And you could also use this English from your language, okay? So see,
Hello. What's your name? My name is Giga.
okay? So the voice is changed. Voice is tenor right now. You could use anyone. You could also use kitten here.
Meow, 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 meow.
This we don't need. We just need tenor or something else, okay? Is it clear? The activity is clear to you? Okay, great. Any other doubts related to last activity or today's activity? Everything is clear? It's done? Okay, great. So should we end the session here if everything is clear? Just type in yes if everything is clear and we should end the session. Just type in a yes in the chat box. Okay, great. Okay, great. So that's it. Do practice this on your own. Try to make this game and I'll see you guys on the, I guess, 5th in the next Saturday. Okay. Bye-bye.